Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? So we got geometry, and today, what are we taking a look at? We're taking a look at what Unit 8 would look like. So, I know yesterday we talked about perpendicular bisectors. Didn't have much homework at all with that. But you just got to understand, and a lot of it's constructions. If I have a triangle, if it happens to be an equilateral triangle, they're all going to meet like right in the middle there. They call that the circumcenter. Remember, these segments are equal. They're all perpendicular. Okay. That was 8-1. 8-2 is going to talk about angle bisectors. If we look at two cases with angle bisectors, I think you all know what an angle bisector is. It takes each angle. Let's look at an obtuse triangle. It takes each angle and it bisects them. Right there. Right there. And yes, they also have a point of intersection. Okay, so that happens quite a bit. Now let's take a look at an acute triangle. Trying not to make an equilateral triangle. Let me focus in just a little bit so that looks a little bigger on your video there. Angle bisectors. Okay, so we go bisect. I should extend that one a little bit. Bisect. And they all are going to meet here. Okay. Angle bisectors, point of intersection. We're not going to, don't worry about constructions. We've already done all the constructions. You don't have to worry about, anything like that. Okay? That's that. Okay, so let's see. That video looked good enough. Yeah, I think it does. Okay, let's go ahead and go to 8-3. And the two terms that 8-3 talks about are medians and altitudes. Okay? Medians and altitudes, if you want to write that in your notes. Medians and altitudes. All right, let's talk about a median first. A median is a segment which connects the vertex of a triangle, doesn't matter which one, the vertex, to the midpoint of opposite side. Okay, so median, that should be easy to remember. Median goes to the midpoint. The median goes to the midpoint. So let's take a look at that triangle again. So I've got a grid here I can use. Okay. So now if we're going to connect the midpoints, let's see. We're going to connect them, not connect the midpoints. If we're going to connect to the midpoints, I got to approximate, about where, if this is AB, about where is the midpoint of AB? Is it up here? No. Yeah, I would say about there. So just put a point there. We'll just say that's the midpoint. We're not finding it. We're not constructing it. We're not measuring it. We're just approximating that that's the midpoint. And so when I connect the vertex to the opposite side's midpoint, that segment right there, let's call this C, CM is the median. CM is the median. And it's median. Like the same, it's actually the same word for average that you would have learned back in middle school for when you do the range, mode, median, mean. It's the same word. And if you know what that word means, it means it is the middle of a group of numbers. Okay, so it has a similar meaning. All right, let's go ahead and find the midpoint here. We'll say about right there. Down, and we'll say about right there. Do you think they all intersect? They most certainly do. Okay, so medians also intersect. If we call this M1, we'll call this M2. This one M3 doesn't matter. Okay, now, that's a really interesting, you're going to hear about this tomorrow. There's a really interesting thing about where they intersect, okay, mathematically. Right? So that's a median. Now let's talk about altitude. Move the paper over a little bit. Altitude is a new term. An altitude is a segment which connects a vertex. So it's very similar to a median, a segment which connects the vertex, and then it goes to the midpoint of the opposite side, right? Well, a segment, an altitude is a segment which connects the vertex. How do I want to say this? It's to the other side perpendicularly. Okay? To the opposite side. This is a long word. Perpendicularly. Meaning that when I connect the vertex to the opposite side, it's got a perpendicular angle. All right, so let's take a look at that. What's that mean? Let's go to acute triangle first. Okay, you see that, all right? So if I'm going to go from the vertex, let's just go from A. We're going to go perpendicular to the opposite side. Okay. Well, perpendicular may not be the midpoint. No, it kind of looks like it is here, but it may not be. So it's perpendicular. Is that the midpoint? I don't know. I'm going to put a question mark there so you guys realize. I don't know if that's the midpoint. Okay? Now I'm going to go perpendicular to the opposite side here. And again, is that the midpoint? I don't know. Same idea. Now I do know that they all intersect in a point again. That I do know. All three altitudes, all three medians, all three angle bisectors, all three perpendicular bisectors, they all intersect. Which is kind of interesting to me, I think. Okay, let's take a look at an obtuse triangle. All right, so this is one of my favorites. We're looking at an altitude with an obtuse triangle. Okay? So we'll go A, B, and C. Okay, so here we go. Now, if we've got this, if we start with A, and we want to go perpendicular, let me see if this is going to work here. All right, well, I've got a problem. I can't be on the inside of the triangle. Because none of those angles, this is obtuse, that means it's greater, angle C is greater than 90 degrees. So I can't go anywhere in here because it's obtuse. And so literally in order to go perpendicular, I have to kind of adjust my picture and extend BC. You see how I've done that? I extend BC. Now maybe it's right on that line, but basically I got to extend BC, and then I've got to go down, and there's my perpendicular. That would be my altitude right there. So I would call this, I don't know, D. AD would be the altitude. Okay. All right, let's do the same thing from B. Right, now this one's a little challenging. I'm going to have to extend AC. Looks like it's extended pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Okay, now if I go perpendicular, notice that there's 3 altitudes, there's 3 medians, there's 3 angle bisectors, there's 3 perpendicular bisectors. Let me get a drink of coffee here. Alright, so, well, that's interesting. What about C to AB? Well, yeah, that one's a little easier. Just one stuff there. Perpendicular there. So we got an altitude, we got 3 altitudes. But Mr. Bennett, I could hear somebody saying this. I don't know who, but somebody could say, well, I thought you said that they all intersect, like we did here. They all intersect. These don't look like they intersect. Oh, but they do. Watch this. What if we extend these, keep going down, I have to keep going down. I extend them. If I extend them, guess what? They all intersect. Now, it's harder for it to see, but they all intersect. I think that is so cool. Point of intersection still. Okay? Any questions on this, send me an email. And we're done. Now, you're gonna get an assignment. I'll put it on the Canvas, but I guess I could do it here. No, we'll just put it on Canvas for you, okay? For angle bisectors, because we're doing section 8.2 today. I'm just giving you a heads up. All right. Okay. Have a great day. We are finished.